guys, Matt here with BuiltRight Industries. Today I'm going to show you how to install our brand new rear seat release MOLLE panel kit. I'm also going to show you how to install a BuiltRight Industries MOLLE pouch, should you opt to add that to your kit here. So here's what's going to be included in your BuiltRight Industries rear seat release MOLLE panel kit. You've got your MOLLE panel here. This is a laser cut CNC formed piece of aluminum with a black texture powder coat. And then you're going to have a hardware kit, 2 washers, a panel clip, nut, and a screw there. And then the 2 tools you're going to need for installation are a T30 TORX and a 5/32 Allen key, and we're going to include both of those. All right, first step of the installation is to release the seat back. This product really only makes any sense if you already have the BuiltRight Industries rear seat release or you're buying it as a part of the combo, because you need to access the space behind the seat and you can't without the rear seat release. So I'm going to pull my strap here. I'll point out the rear seat release in case you're just watching this and you're not familiar, but that is this pull strap and bracket here that is on the factory latch. So we're retaining all the safety of the factory latch here, but we are adding a way to unlatch it. I obviously already have this installed, but if you don't, find the link in the description and check that out. First step for this rear seat release MOLLE panel is that on some trucks, you're gonna have this small control module here getting in the way. So the first thing I'm gonna do is release this and relocate it so that we can get our panel on here. All right, step 1 here, if you've got to release this control box here, is we've got a T30 TORX. I'm going to loosen that and then remove it all together. Try not to drop this into your seat. If you do, it's not the end of the world. You can fish it out, but it'll add a couple of minutes to your installation here. Threads on this one are a little bit tight. Just being careful not to strip out the head of this screw. So I'm going to take this out and set it aside. With that, this bracket kind of has a little tab here, so in order to release it, you sort of rotate it and then bring it down, because there's another tab under here holding it in place. So I'm going to try and pull this out all the way so you can see it. This module is connected with these 2 little tabs here and then 1 bolt. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this bolt out here. It's another T30. So this bracket is not something we're going to reuse, nor is the bolt that I just took out. So I'm going to put that bolt back into its little spot here without cross-threading it. And this is something I'm going to tuck away in case I need it again later. So now that we've got this little module loose, this harness is pretty tight here, and we don't need to go far with it. So I've got it, it was sitting like this. I'm just going to flip it over and tuck it in here. There's kind of a nice crevice in the upholstery here. That's going to sit nice and flat. I've been using this for tens of thousands of miles of this prototype and have not had any issues, so not worried about that. So with that out of the way now, if you had a truck with that, we can begin the installation of our MOLLE panel. It is going to install at this location here and with this bolt here from the rear seat release latch here. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this out using the included T30 TORX. I'm going to hold on to that and then take a closer look here. You remember we bolted through here into a threaded feature in that bracket. So there's no threaded feature here. And that is where we're going to use our panel clip. So this small clip, one side is flat, one side's got some shape to it. You want the shape on the bottom side here, so I'm going to install the flat part over it. That essentially provides us with a threaded hole. And then the fun part, I'm going to grab my MOLLE panel, set it into place. It should look like it's going to line up perfectly, which it does. I'm going to start at the top here. I'm going to take the factory hardware and put one of the washers on it, just to give us a little bit of a better interface with the top of the panel here. Not going to tighten that down, leave it loose. And then here you've got a decision to make. On my truck, because I had that module, I've got this T30 TORX screw here. And because I like that these will all match and I can just use one tool, I'm going to use this T30 TORX screw along with the provided washer. Now, if your truck didn't have this module and you just have the hole there, you can use the included 5/32 Allen key screw with the washer and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to start this loosely. And now that they're both on there, I can get it kind of lined up however I want and get it tightened down. Does not have to be crazy tight. This is relatively small hardware, so just get it snug and you've got a really, really solid mounting place here. Quick fitment note for our 09 to 14 F-150 and Raptor friends. It is not an officially supported fitment for this right now, but the only difference is that your latch is positioned a little bit closer to the top of the seat. So the bolt pattern down here is off, and you don't have this hole in the seat in the steel flat piece of the seat frame here. So if you wanted to install this, you can do so by just using the bottom bolt on the latch. We've had product testers doing that. You can also, if you're not afraid to pop a 1/4 inch hole in this, the installation is exactly the same. So at your own risk, feel free to do that. It's very, very easy. Okay, so our MOLLE panel is completely installed here. You probably bought this because you had some idea what you wanted to store on it. It's not hard to imagine all of the things that you could hide back here or store in a kind of a secure place. I'm gonna put a pouch on here just as a way to demonstrate how to do that, and that my Raptor here's got the factory sub, and despite that, this pouch is gonna fit great. So I'm gonna show you how to install it. It's gonna be just about like that. So I'm gonna thread, I'll flip it over here for you. I'm gonna thread this down here. I'm gonna go below all of them. Some people with these MOLLE pouches will weave them in and out, and that's kind of the way it's intended to be used on a backpack. These are not backpacks. So we can kind of keep it simple here. Pull these out, engage the snaps. So I've got my pouch here. I've got a couple of things in here. Recommend you start with it unloaded or load it slowly so you're not just bashing it into stuff. If you really add a lot of size here, it won't close. But anyway, I've got that here. We're good to go. If I need to access anything back there, I just release the rear seat release. It's right here quickly. You get the idea. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, feedback on the install, leave them in the comments, send us an email, give us a call. We're happy to chat. Till then, we'll catch you next time.